Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a full comparison between these two compact size carpet cleaners. So over here in the green, we have the Bissell TurboClean PowerBrush Pet version. And then over here is the Hoover PowerDash Pet Plus carpet cleaner. So we're going to be doing a carpet cleaning test side by side. And then we're going to take these back here and take a look at all the different features that these provide and definitely take a close look at the actual brushes. So let's go ahead and cut to the carpet cleaning side by side. All right, so here is our testing surface. We basically just have like an old sample carpet that I'm gonna use with a bunch of ketchup that has been rubbed into the carpet and has sat for 10 minutes. So this is gonna be very hard to get up, and we're gonna start with the Hoover, do 10 passes there, and then we'll go to the Bissell and do 10 passes. After that, we'll see just how clean the carpet is, and if it's still dirty, we'll do 10 more passes per machine. All right, so there we had 10 passes on the Hoover, and that did an amazing job, as you guys could see. Ideally, I probably will do a few more passes just to clean this up, but for 10 passes, that is what we have. Now we're gonna go ahead and move over to the Bissell and see if it looks just as good. All right guys, so I was pretty impressed there. I think the Hoover may have done a slightly faster job. They were both going to clean the carpet just as well as each other. I would say maybe even this would have an advantage with its brush, but this one seems to clean faster, and I think it's because it's a little wider. So I brought a measuring tape, and we're gonna go ahead and look at that first, and then we'll go over the tanks, the buttons, and the layouts. So the Hoover is approximately 10 1/4 inches wide, while the Bissell is looking closer to 9 3/4. So we definitely have a little bit more width here, but let's go ahead and flip these over and look at the brushes. So this is the Hoover over here in the red, and as you guys can see, there's way less bristles on the actual brush. Something I do like about the Bissell is that we have 2 layers of these Bissells, and I think it does a slightly better job at cleaning. It just takes a little longer because it's more narrow. So it's kind of a give and take. So the actual length of the Hoover brush is about 8 inches, while the Bissell is just slightly under, closer to about 7 1/4. So while we're looking at the brushes, I do see a bunch of screw holes here. I think these both take at least 5 screws to disassemble the bottom to get access to the brush, but they are replaceable. Now, something else that's pretty cool in these is you guys could actually take this part off to get easy cleaning to the brush. So to do that on the Bissell, we have to disconnect the tank here, and now this just lifts up. So we can lift that up, we could rinse this and rinse here, and this is just where some of the water gets sucked up. Now on the Hoover, let me go ahead and show you how that works. It's a little easier actually, so you don't have to take the tank out. You just lift up and you can pop that out, throw it in the sink, and what's really cool, this has a feature that the Bissell does not. You guys can actually open this compartment up and get direct access to the brush on the top here for easy cleaning. Absolutely love that, and that's a great feature to have if you guys are using this often. All right, now let's take a look at those water tanks. So to release the Hoover, you have a handle here, and you actually push it down, and now you guys have the tank. It's pretty easy to clean too. Some of the Hoover ones are a little bit more difficult, but this specific version has easy cleaning. So you guys get full access to the top here. You guys could easily rinse that out. And then it's pretty easy to put back together. All you guys have to do is just get that in there and clamp it down and push this button and slide it in. And then we even have a removable filter here, and that just makes sure that nothing big gets clogged up in your machine. So here's the Bissell tank. It's very easy to remove. We have a hole here for easy cleaning, and you guys could even remove this part. This comes out, you have to give it a twist, and you could pull that out and get easy cleaning from the top here too. It's a pretty big hole. so that you guys could get water in there and a brush. Then we also have a filter here. This one doesn't seem to be removable, but it's basically doing the same job as the one on the Hoover. Now here's the clean water tanks on both of them. These are pretty small, but they get the job done. So here's the size comparison. I actually had a pretty hard time finding the sizes of these clean water tanks, but they're very similar in size, and I know that because I've ran these both at the same time to see which one would run longer, and it took about the same time for them to run out of clean water. So something cool about the Bissell is that this thing comes apart quite well. So you guys can actually take the handle off up here. You guys could take the middle section and the bottom section. So it comes in 3 parts and it's very easy to put together. And it also can be easily stored because of that. Now, when it comes to the buttons on the back, we do have a few differences. The Bissell has a switch here instead with like a plastic cover on it just to keep it dry. And then this is how you guys adjust the arm so that you guys could angle it. The Hoover is a little easier to power on. You have a footstep just like a vacuum, and then this is how you guys angle it. When it comes to the power cords, they're basically the same exact length, and then they both have the same basic trigger function up top. So overall, these are both great carpet cleaners. It's probably gonna come down to what features make the most sense for you. I will say the Hoover has great suction on the carpet. What I noticed was it seemed quieter while I was using it on the carpet, but as soon as I got it on like the floor, the concrete floor, it was very loud once that seal is broken. While the Bissell seems a little quieter when it's on concrete, and when it's on carpet, it's actually a little bit louder, if that makes sense. I will say the Hoover is probably gonna be easier to clean, but I do prefer the brush on the Bissell. So there you guys have it. That is my full comparison between these two compact carpet cleaners.